You were never meant to fit in. There is something about your presence that makes ordinary minds shift, twitch, recoil. It's not loud, not visible, but it's felt. It has always been felt. People have watched you and wondered, quietly, why you disturbed their fragile order. You move through life like a shadow brushing against their certainty, and it has never gone unnoticed. You have been underestimated your entire life, overlooked, ignored, dismissed. Betrayal has been your teacher. Isolation, your companion. The whispers of doubt, the sideways glances, the secret mockery. These were never weaknesses. They were proofs that you operate on a plane they cannot reach. Every slight, every subtle underestimation only sharpened something inside you, something dangerous, something patient. Played us, always. The eyes that linger too long, the smiles that do not reach the teeth. Sabotage hides behind politeness. Every word they drop carries weight, because they are trying to measure you, calibrate you, predict you. But prediction is impossible when you do not play their game, and you change. The quiet evolution begins. You speak less, you feel less for the trivial. Your perception sharpens, not to react, but to see through the illusions they build around themselves. You notice patterns, weaknesses, the small fractures in character and system. You tolerate less. Your patience is not weakness, it is a calculated silence. Every moment of restraint is an assertion, a small claim of territory over your mind, your energy, your life. The shift comes. They feel it even if they cannot name it. Your energy drifts heavier, denser, like gravity bending around you. Rooms move differently when you enter. Conversations pause. The small, weak systems they rely on wobble. You do not push, do not force. The weight of your presence is enough. The signal you emit cannot be ignored. And still, you move quietly. The mastery is in your invisibility. You observe, you choose, you act only when necessary. You do not seek approval, validation, or applause. You are deliberate. The world spins around your choices, not the other way. You have learned the value of silence, the power in absence, the strength in self-possession. You are not becoming powerful. You are remembering what you always were. A presence that unsettles, that commands, that survives and thrives beyond comprehension. The predator has always been here. It is not new. It was never ordinary. It was always yours. You have carried the weight of being misunderstood for as long as you can remember. Every hidden betrayal, every quiet dismissal, every hand that turned away when you needed it most has built something inside you. It is not anger that drives you, not bitterness, but a silent fire that no one sees. These moments, painful as they were, have shaped a resilience that does not need recognition. They were never meant to break you. They were meant to make you stronger. You are being watched, even when you do not notice. Some people sense there is more to you than they can name. They try to follow your steps, to predict your actions, to measure your strength. Subtle traps appear in their words, in their gestures, in the small things they leave behind. You are not alone in this observation. The world takes note of you, quietly, without your asking. And yet, these attempts only reinforce your focus. You do not respond in kind. You see? You learn. You adapt. You have begun to move differently. The rush to react has faded. Patience has become your ally. Silence is no longer emptiness. It is strategy. You carry yourself with a calm that unsettles others without effort. Your mind measures before it acts. Your senses are sharper. Your choices deliberate. Every step, every decision is grounded in self-possession. You do not bend to the expectation of those who try to influence you. The change is visible even to the unaware. The spaces you enter shift subtly. The weak around you adjust without realizing why. Energy bends to your presence. It is not loud or forceful, but undeniable. You do not need to announce yourself. The world responds naturally to the quiet intensity you carry. Your impact is measured, precise, and unavoidable. You observe more than you speak. Your instincts guide your movements. Your attention scans beyond the obvious. Approval from others holds no power over you. You do not seek admiration or validation. Your focus remains on your own path, your own growth, and the decisions that align with your true self. Every choice is intentional, every silence meaningful. You are inevitable. Your presence cannot be ignored. Your influence cannot be contained. You are not following a path to power. You are embodying it. What you were meant to be is now unavoidable. You hold a dominion over yourself and your surroundings that others will recognize only in time. You are not an imitation of anyone. Your singularity is absolute. This is who you are, and nothing can change it. You have walked paths few have understood. These experiences were not setbacks. They were lessons hidden in pain, guiding you toward a clarity others will never reach. The world has often failed to see your value, but that blindness only sharpens your edge. There are forces around you, unseen yet active. People notice when someone moves differently, when someone thinks beyond the ordinary. Envy hides behind polite words. Fear wears a mask of normalcy, and subtle attempts appear to steer you off course. They cannot contain you, but they try. Their influence is weak against a mind that measures every move, that reads the currents others cannot sense. You have begun to change. Your words are fewer, but heavier. Your focus no longer drifts to the distractions around you. Detachment is no longer emptiness, it is control. You carry a calm that feels deliberate, a silence that hides depth and precision. Nothing escapes your awareness, and nothing is wasted on what does not matter. Your energy has shifted. You move through the world without pushing, without forcing. Rooms feel different when you enter. The weak adjust instinctively, unsure why. Influence is no longer something you seek. It follows naturally. You are not chasing acknowledgement. You are becoming the measure by which others unconsciously respond. Every step is intentional, every motion calculated. You choose yourself over expectation, strategy over reaction. Observation guides you more than impulse. You act only when necessary, and even then with precision. The world turns quietly around your decisions, your path unbroken and unwavering. There is power in being unseen, in moving without fanfare, in letting the weight of your choices ripple through unnoticed. You are not here to blend in or follow. You are a force, a presence that shapes everything in its path without effort. What others call chaos or unpredictability is simply the rhythm of your control. You are not participating in their systems. You are above them. The crown you wear is invisible, yet it bends reality. You are not becoming a storm. You are the storm, inevitable, relentless, and wholly your own. You have felt out of place for as long as you can remember. The quiet moments of solitude, the times when people misunderstood or judged you, the betrayals that left no marks on the surface but cut deep inside, all of it has tuned you in ways no one else can measure. These experiences did not weaken you. They calibrated you, aligning you with a frequency others cannot reach or even sense. There are people around you who notice more than you realize. They watch, study, and sometimes try to imitate what they cannot grasp. Some attempt subtle control. Others try to diminish you with quiet mockery. They react to a signal you are sending without effort, unaware of how impossible it is to predict your next move. Their interference is shallow against the clarity you have gained. You have learned to move without distraction. Your attention filters what matters and what does not. Detachment is not distance, it is focus. Your perception is sharper, catching the nuances others overlook. Emotions no longer cloud judgment, and every interaction is measured. What once might have provoked reaction now passes unnoticed, leaving only your steady presence in its place. The air changes when you enter a space. Your energy carries weight without a sound. People feel the shift before they see it. Silence is no longer empty. It becomes a force that alters the flow of those around you. Influence is not claimed. It happens naturally. Every room, every gathering, every conversation bends slightly under your unspoken authority. You act with intention, not impulse. Strategy guides your steps. Observation informs your decisions, and motion is deliberate yet discreet. You rely on your own judgment rather than the approval of others. Presence replaces performance. What others notice as subtlety is actually precision, a quiet mastery of timing and effect. You move like a signal that cannot be ignored, even if it cannot be named. Dominance is not something you chase. It is a byproduct of alignment, of being tuned to a frequency that resonates beyond the ordinary. You do not rise to power. You do not strive to be seen or praised. You simply exist in a way that shifts everything in your orbit. Your influence is inevitable because it is built on calibration, not ambition. You are not competing. You are the standard. The presence you hold is the measure, and it cannot be denied. You have spent years moving through the world unnoticed, unseen by most, dismissed by many. The betrayals you endured and the times you were overlooked were not signs of weakness. They were signals of potential, proof that you operate on a level others cannot comprehend. Every slight, every hidden setback shaped the strength that waits quietly beneath the surface, ready to emerge. People around you sense something they cannot define. They watch from the edges, trying to understand your patterns, attempting to anticipate your choices. Some imitate, some interfere, and some study with careful calculation. Their awareness does not diminish you. It sharpens your perception. You see the movements before they happen, and you move accordingly, always a step ahead, without a word. Inside, a shift has taken place. Detachment is no longer coldness, it is clarity. Patience is not restraint, but strategy. Your awareness has grown, encompassing more than just the immediate, capturing the subtle changes others miss. You act from observation, not from need. You have learned to measure before responding, to conserve energy for what truly matters. Your presence has changed in ways that do not need explanation. Rooms feel different when you enter, not because of noise or gestures, but because of the weight you carry. Influence comes silently. You do not demand attention, but it finds you. People adjust without realizing why. The energy you radiate is undeniable, shifting dynamics without a single effort to control it. You move with precision, choosing action over reaction, observation over noise. Your decisions are deliberate, guided by your own understanding rather than the approval of others. Every step is calculated, every movement intentional. You prioritize your own path and growth, allowing the world to unfold around you while you remain steady, focused, and in control. You are not chasing influence. You are not trying to become stronger than others. You are claiming what was always yours: the power, the focus, the weight of presence. It was inside you from the beginning. The evolution that others cannot see is real. It shapes your choices, your energy, your life. You are not assembling power. You are stepping into the space you were always meant to occupy. The world may notice it later, or it may not, but it does not matter. Your place, your influence, your authority, they were never granted. They were always yours. You have lived most of your life feeling misplaced. People looked at you and saw only what they could understand, never what you truly were. You were underestimated, spoken over, quietly dismissed. Isolation followed you, not because you were broken, but because you were different. The distance between you and others was never an accident. It was a sign that you were built from a different design. Not everyone reveals their intentions openly. Some hide behind politeness while wishing for your failure. Others watch from a distance, trying to gather pieces of who you are. Envy rarely announces itself. It moves in silence, through small acts meant to slow you down or confuse you. Yet you remain untouched by their efforts. Awareness shields you. You notice shifts in behavior. You recognize patterns. You understand far more than you reveal. Something inside you has changed. Emotions no longer control your reactions. You feel them, but they do not own you. Silence has become natural, not because you have nothing to say, but because you choose your words carefully. Your perception has sharpened. You see motives beneath actions. You sense tension before it surfaces. Your mind has become steady, observant, and precise. The effect of your presence is subtle, but undeniable. Weak structures bend when you are near. Fragile egos feel unsettled. Unspoken hierarchies begin to shift. You do not challenge systems directly. You do not announce your strength. It simply radiates from you, quietly altering the balance. Influence follows you without effort. You no longer chase approval. The need to be understood has faded. You choose yourself without apology. Your movements are calculated. Your decisions are rooted in clarity, not emotion. You move quietly, but with direction. Nothing about you is accidental. Even in stillness, there is intention. You are not changing into something new. You are returning to what you were before the world tried to define you, before doubt was introduced, before limitations were suggested. What rises within you now is familiar, ancient, and steady. This is not growth. This is remembrance. You were never meant to be small. You were never meant to follow. You were never meant to fit inside their expectations. What you are stepping into is not a future version of yourself. It is the original version, the one that does not ask for permission, the one that does not seek validation, the one that stands without explanation. You are not becoming the storm. You have always been the storm. Inevitable. You have been shaped by experiences most people could not survive. Betrayal did not destroy you. Misunderstanding did not break you. Isolation did not erase you. Each of these moments carved something sharper inside you. What others saw as struggle was actually refinement. What felt like abandonment was silent preparation. You learned early that trust is rare and that appearances are often false. This knowledge did not make you bitter. It made you aware. And awareness becomes power when carried correctly. People around you sense depth in you that they cannot define. Some feel drawn to it. Others feel threatened by it. Without realizing why, they compete, compare, and interfere. Envy does not always look like anger. Sometimes it hides behind smiles and quiet doubts placed in your path. Inside you, a shift has occurred. Emotions still exist, but they no longer control your direction. You can step back from situations without losing yourself. Your perception has sharpened. You notice tone changes, body language, hidden intentions. Your boundaries have become firm without being loud. You do not explain yourself. You do not justify your choices. Your awareness operates in silence. Your energy has changed. It does not seek permission. It does not look for space. It naturally takes its place. People adjust when you enter a room, even if they do not understand why. Conversations slow. Attention drifts toward you. Weak confidence fades in your presence. You do not dominate through force. You dominate through presence. You move quietly through situations, watching before acting. You gather information without revealing your hand. You choose your moments. When you move, it is with purpose. You do not rush. You do not hesitate. You trust your judgment because it has been sharpened through experience. Your focus remains on your own path, not on proving anything to anyone. You are not chasing status. You are not trying to rise in anyone's eyes. You are returning to a position that always belonged to you. What you carry inside is not new. It has been there since the beginning, waiting for the right pressure to awaken it. You are not climbing toward power. You are reclaiming territory. You are reclaiming authority. You are reclaiming the throne that was never taken from you, only temporarily forgotten. You do not need permission. You do not need recognition. You do not need applause. You already are what others spend their lives trying to become. You have moved through life carrying a quiet weight that few could recognize. Being misunderstood was never a limitation. It was a signal that your mind and spirit were operating on levels others could not measure. Isolation was not punishment. It was space to grow, to observe, to understand yourself when the world could not. Every betrayal, every hand that turned away only strengthened what was already inside you. People around you feel it even if they cannot name it. They sense something in you that shifts their own balance. Some are drawn to it, hoping to imitate or align themselves with it. Others feel threatened and try to interfere, to suppress what they cannot control. Subtle attempts, quiet manipulations, small challenges. They come and go, but you see them for what they are. They do not slow you down. They refine your focus. Inside, you have learned patience and restraint. You act only when clarity strikes, not out of impulse or expectation. Your mind filters distractions with ease, and your attention is directed where it matters most. Silence is your tool. Detachment is your ally. You understand the importance of waiting, of watching, of allowing events to unfold so you can respond with precision rather than emotion. Your presence carries weight without announcement. It bends conversations, rooms, and energy subtly but decisively. You do not demand attention. It finds you. The world responds to you without you having to force it. Even those who do not understand what you are doing feel the shift, and their actions adjust quietly around you. You move strategically. Observation guides every step. You act minimally, but every action carries consequence. Your choices are deliberate, measured, and aligned with your own path. Recognition from others no longer matters. Validation is not needed. What you prioritize is your own direction, your own understanding, and the decisions that reinforce your presence and control. You are not building something new. You are not becoming someone else. You are reconnecting with what was always within you. The strength, the focus, the silent force It has existed since the beginning. The world may notice, or it may not. It does not matter. You carry it regardless. You are not climbing, striving, or proving yourself. You are returning to your origin, to the power that was always yours. What you embody is natural, inevitable, and unshakable. The signal has always been there, and now it is visible in every quiet movement, every measured choice, every moment of silent command.